if you don't know, the Transformers 1 ended. I know, big shocker. There's multiple shows, so I thought Transformers 1 was just ongoing. You know, like, I'm joking, but wouldn't that have been cool if G1 keeps on going like an anime? That would actually be cool. Didn't happen, but would have been cool if G1 was like an anime and we were on episode 600,006. Jesus! Okay,
that song plays like something unexpected happens.
Oh yeah, James, I was celebrating Decepticon Day. So I respect all murderers only if they get good PR. Okay, go on, guys.
Over the really short English season 4 started making their own episodes, the first series of which featured those dummies whose heads can transform into little robots as well, the headmasters. Headmasters, to me, was a series that kinda got worse and worse as it went along. When this show starts, you think it's going to be awesome as you got Optimus Prime back and there's characters you haven't seen for a long time showing up once again, like Hound. And there's even guys who got brutally murdered in the movie, like Prowl, dusting themselves off and returning to action. But once you get a little further into this series, most of these characters start dropping off and you're mostly left with some of the Season 3 cast and the new Headmasters guys. So, not quite as good as how the series started off, but it's still okay. However, then even Rodimus and most of his gang take off, leaving us with only the stupid Noob Masters. Oh, but they didn't get rid of everyone. They left us with Daniel and Wheelie.
I'm from the Autobots force as well. I'm better than he is.
Oh, hey, what do you mean? You can't say that.
But I'm right. You're gutless and you're scared of everything.
Yes, of any previous characters, they decide to leave us with the worst of the worst. Oh, and RC also had to stay and babysit them. Yes, really.
And me too.
Wait, RC, I'm afraid you have to stay here.
Oh, why's that?
If you come with me, who's gonna take care of Danny and Wheelie?
You'd think at least this would give RC more time to shine, but then all she really does is stand around in the background, barely doing anything. Why let her be a character when we've got to see Daniel and Wheelie find new ways to be stupid every episode?
And this one?
That's gay! Of course I want you to come. We're buddies, aren't we?
You know how to please me, don't you?
Stop talking rubbish here. I'm sure our commander is better. He's the best. Oh! Wheelie's the worst.
100% medical grade olive oil from Otex is now available in a convenient spray.
To support your team for so long, it's not like a product you buy and throw away. Football teams are for life.
He said it! The show was so in love with stupid Daniel and Wheelie, they even had them save Fortress Maximus during his battle with Scorponok in the finale. Seriously, I know there were some missteps in Transformers Season 3, but at least they didn't hoist this disastrous duo onto a pedestal like this. Headmasters also kind of changed some of the characters' personalities, like Scourge and Cyclonus, who have now transformed into Transformers' version of Bebop and Rocksteady.
Can't tell which one of you's rolling was blood. This is the time. You're dead meat. Go. Oh, what happened? What are you two whispering about? Nothing, sir. You two should learn from Six Shot, you know. He's the best fighter we have. Yes, my lord, you're right. We'll use Six Shot as an example. But Six Shot can do 7 different formations. You're just not good enough, that's all.
The Headmasters themselves are just really uninteresting to follow as well and are pretty dense a lot of the time. Like here, where no one told them that working out doesn't make sense for robots to do. And on the Decepticon side, you got stupid Nox staying hidden in the shadows for a while despite everyone already knowing who he is.
Lord Galvatron, What is it, Scorponok?
Also, it takes him until over half of the series is over, episode 24, to finally start actually being proactive and is trying to take over the Decepticons plan, despite that obviously being what he wanted to do from the beginning. His Headmaster Zarek form is also an overly yellow-looking wiener. He was right to stay hidden.
That's one goofy-looking robot.
I'm nearly there.
At least Galvatron is in the majority of this series, and he is hilarious in Headmasters.
Should I try and lure Rodimus Prime out first? What a good idea that is. You just mind your own business. See how powerful I am! I'm indestructible!
The Headmasters team also tends to come off like incompetent bumblers a lot of the time, like in this two-parter story where the Decepticons want to blow up Mars for energy. Because why wouldn't that be a plan? However, you'd think not letting Mars blow up would be kind of important, so the Headmasters team wouldn't let that happen, right? And when they're not letting planetary disasters happen, they're usually finding really petty reasons to bicker with each other.
You only think about fighting all the time and not the consequences.
What are you talking about?
Listen, Chromedome, fighting is an art, you know.
What? An art?
Fighting means using your brains too, apart from your fists. So to win, you have to plan ahead.
Are you saying I'm stupid, Brainstorm?
Everything you do is on the spur of the moment.
What do you know?
This just makes them really not compelling to follow in the slightest. Cerebrus/Fortress Maximus himself is a horrible leader. He'll often just sit around inside himself doing nothing while the rest of the team has to carry the episode. Until near the end when he'll do the full transformation into Fortress Maximus to waste time. Now, every so often a familiar character will return for super awesome things like anticlimactic deaths.
The death of Ultra Magnus. Can you hear me? It's Fortress Maximus. You have to keep the peace on Earth.
Ugh, if I'm gonna watch weird voice Ultra Magnus get beaten, I prefer him to be voiced by Barry Burton.
Remember me, I am your death wish.
Decepticons, arrived at last. There's nothing for you here. Why don't you just go home?
Okay, now let me send you express to hell.
Beaten? Me? Well, there's nothing I can do now.
This is also the point in the show where it gets extremely formulaic. A lot of the battles towards the end are solved by Cerebrus forming Fortress Maximus and destroying the audience with stock footage, and his enemies with his sword. I just found it really hard to get invested in the supposed rivalry between Fortress Maximus and Scorponok because it's not set up very well and it feels like an invading force taking away all the time from the characters or stories you'd rather be seeing. Wasn't all bad though. There was Six Shot.
My name is Six Shot. Oh yeah? Now you know who I am. Look out!
Beaten? Me?
I'm the ninja consultant for the Decepticons.
Ninja consultant? I don't know. Yeah, alright. Six Shot was one of the more compelling characters in Headmasters because he had an arc, which involved defecting from the Decepticons. The Decepticons have really bad luck with their multi-changers, don't they? Guess it's sorta balanced out though because Octane and Blitzwing both forgot they defected to the Autobots in this series.
I really like Black,
But you know what? The finale of Headmasters was less about the Autobot Headmasters as it was about Six Shot going after Scorponok.
I'm going to betray you. Darn it. I'm gonna totally destroy you along with Earth.
So yeah, Headmasters starts off awesome with a bunch of pre-movie and post-movie characters all doing stuff, but then it strips them all away. Hell, we don't even have Cybertron by the end of this series, and it barely
Hey guys, come on, let's get through it.
stuff, but then it strips them all away. Hell, we don't even have Cybertron by the end of this series, and it barely even feels like the same show it started as. Which in other cases could be a good thing because it meant development, but here it just feels like they gutted everything you actually liked and you're just left with a hollow shell of the Transformers. This series also personally annoyed me by only having one scene featuring Starscream and it being a cup flashback. I was really hoping that the Japanese continuity would remember that Starscream wasn't dead, but it probably wouldn't have ended well if he wasn't Headmasters, so whatever. So, yeah, while some of the hilarity of Headmasters just comes from what happens in the show, it is aided quite a bit by the absolutely atrocious English dub. And yeah, of course that's what I'm using for this. The dub this show received was by the Hong Kong-based Omni Productions, made for Malaysia, where English is their second language. While it does give you basically the correct story, this dub is kind of infamous for its lack of effort in most areas. There is no attempt at all to make these characters sound the way you'd expect.
Look at that! The Decepticons are here!
Alright, I'm gonna help the ones that are trapped.
Something must have happened on Cybertron. If we release the energy from the power packs now, something might happen to the Sigma computer.
One of these days I'll come and get you.
Characters tend to ramble on a lot and usually drop some pretty odd non sequiturs. This dub is also full of a bunch of hilarious pseudo-swearing.
Darn that Soundwave. Darn it!
But then you also get some pretty odd moments like the Autobot Headmasters telling Predaking to go to hell.
Go to hell!
My god, some of these voices are the complete opposite of what they should be. Like Blur, the one that should be a fast talker, now sounds stoned.
Oh, it's a ship! It's a ship! Oh, it's a ship!
They really think they can damage the Sigma computer with that kind of magnetic force? What a bunch of fools they are, huh?
You're a little bit slow, aren't you, Wally?
Oh yeah, I guess his name isn't Blur anymore, is it? Which is gonna lead us to the first thing on this list, so let's transform and roll out all the way to Cyberdon!
Listen to your heart. Listen to me.
Is that just a prologue? 10 minutes are just a prologue. I thought.
Yo, bot, you like lists in your lists? Here's the funniest renames in the English dub of Headmasters. Omni Productions were very clearly at least vaguely familiar with some of the names used in English Transformers, but they ended up changing, messing up, and giving weird pronunciations to a bunch of things. One thing that always amuses me with this dub is the Transformers' home planet no longer being Cybertron.
Something must have happened on Cybertron.
I'll never let you get back to Cybertron.
The war on Cybertron continues.
This is my good old friend. He's like all of us here. He came from Cybertron.
What? Cybertron? What is going on here? Who are all these weird Transformers? Oh good, Galvatron's here. He'll sort out this mess.
Now's the perfect time for us to take over the computer in order to control all of Cybertron.
What? Cybertron? I don't understand anything.
Galvatron, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Chrome Dome, you're kind of a... Blur turned into a really Wally in Headmasters.
You're a little bit slow, aren't you, Wally?
Optimus Prime's taking Marshall along with him.
Optimus Prime, I have to go inside. You keep an eye on things here for me.
Yes, sir.
No one can take on the Decepticons like Rodimus Prime! Yes, he's Rodimus Prime, even when he's actually Hot Rod in this dub.
I'm Rodimus Prime. I want you to go after Rodimus Prime.
Blaster got turned into...
Billy and I will go to, Billy, you can start now.
But funny enough, when Blaster gets rebuilt in this series, he gets upgraded to his real name.
Billy's come back to life. His first mission is to collect all information on the magnetic bug. He's renamed Blaster.
Well, his old real name, he's supposed to be twin-cast at this point, but they're getting closer.
Billy! Billy!
My name's now Blaster. Don't you call me Billy anymore.
Don't call me Billy, boy, I'm Blaster. Don't call me goddamn Bill, my fucking name, man. My name is Blaster.
The human characters had their names messed with. Daniel was only referred to as Danny.
Danny!
And Spike
How did that not crush you? What a metal fucking robot.
upgraded to...
Oh, Sparkle, you came at the right time. Could you please explain it to us, Sparkle?
Sparkle, sparkle!
Seriously, whose idea was it to rename Spike to Sparkle?
That's a good idea.
What kind of idea is that?
Oh, sorry, I meant whose idea was it?
It's Billy.
Oh yes, good old Autobot base Philip, though he's not as big as Fortress Maximus, aka...
Spaceship Bruce will take you as close as it can to the meteorite.
Spaceship Bruce. They only call him that once, but man, is it ever precious. Important items from Transformers weren't safe either. You know that little trinket known as the Matrix of Leadership? Well, that's not what it's called anymore.
Optimus Prime has gone in without taking a power pack. Power pack? Well, I'm afraid he left the power pack on Earth. Only with a fully charged power pack can the computer be protected.
Power packs! Now you're playing with power! Packed power!
Of course, it wouldn't be confusing enough if it was just the Matrix that was turned into the Power Pack, so Energon Cubes, yep, they're also Power Packs.
I believe we should send the power packs to Planet Sandra.
We've located power packs on a planet called Hive. We need to get as many power packs as we can.
I think by the end of the series, they're just calling anything they didn't want to translate Power Packs.
I told you to check out the power pack store on that horrid ship.
When you have a mouth ulcer, the blue shield sticks fast, forming a protective drug-free barrier.
There are just some moments with these really lame voices that stick out for me in particular, and I'm always amused by. The once mighty Decepticon-based Tripticon is immediately reduced to playing foil to, who else? The stars of Headmasters, Danny and Wheelie.
What is it, Wheelie?
Come on, Danny, we should go that way. Trust me, Danny, I've got an idea.
Coming, let's get out of here!
No problem.
And so falls Tripticon, son of a bitch. Oh
Rebellion on Planet Beast is a kinda weird episode, even for Transformers. It starts off with Rita Repulsa's henchmen coming to the Autobots for help, and guess where they're from?
So you're from Planet Pisto. Please help us, sir, to get them off our land. Darn those Decepticons! Did you say the Decepticons have invaded Planet Pisto?
They're ordering the Pistolians to work in the underground factories.
They must be idiots.
Whoever named them the Pistonians must be idiots too, Rodimus. Well, as odd as this episode with a bunch of anthropomorphic animals is, I suppose it did kind of foretell Beast Wars. Wait, this snake guy has snake head hands? How does that work? Does he have to argue with his hands over what to do all the time? But the main event on Animal Planet is their leader.
The Pistonian soldiers are being killed in their hundreds. The chief commander of the resistance force, Sheep, is saddened.
Commander Sheep! This white lion is Commander Sheep! I guess a lion made too much sense to be a leader to them. It must be a sheep!
Wow, it's amazing. All right, Bad, the swamp is clear. Show us the way.
This dub apparently just hates cats because the saber-toothed tiger is now Soldier Bear.
Soldier Bear, can you tell us which one's the right way?
From now on, everyone has to be especially careful around here.
Okay.
Don't give up, Sheep Commander.
For one day, we will know what you are. Nah, not likely. Sheep.
Okay, come on, guys.
Are. Nah, not likely. Sheep.
Wee lies about having friends. It's hard to believe this is actually in the episode, not just joke lines I came up with.
I'll get my friends to help us roll.
Huh? What friends do you have?
What do you mean? Everyone has friends. We need them. We can't live without friends, or life's too boring.
Be quiet, you two.
This episode also is RC telling Daniel and Wheelie to shut up. Man, best Headmasters episode ever!
Platform fighting, isn't that nice?
RC is pleased they're doing something that isn't fighting with each other. Low standards around here. So, it turns out Wheelie's pretend friends are the Target Masters, and they really aren't friends, as the episode makes clear.
I thought you said your friends were coming too.
Did I say that?
Wheelie, come on, you don't have any friends. Now tell me the truth. So these are your friends, Wheelie.
What do you mean? Hey, Wheelie, did you say to him that we're good friends?
I'm really sorry. Yeah, I know I should have said that you're my senior. I'm very sorry.
Wheelie's a loser.
Well, we always knew Daniel was the only one dumb enough to like Wheelie. The show just decided to make it extra clear for us.
Me, Grimlock, now like you.
If the Pistonian animals weren't good enough for you, we've got a planet full of bees! And not just bees, it's more bee people.
That's it.
What? The Decepticons? We have to double our security immediately.
Why do I keep getting stung by bee people episodes?
And why else would the Decepticons be attacking bees but to get those
Sweet, sweet honeycomb power packs.
The Queen ruled from a palace which was built over the top of the secure area where the power packs were stored.
I hate power packs. I tell you, if Headmaster-style Kriya here starts mating with Galvatron to make a new bee transformer colony, I'm out. Actually, that'd be pretty funny. And better than it being about power packs.
I want you to hand over all the power packs you have.
I will not do as you say.
What's that?
The power packs belong to us.
Attack! Attack! You haven't asked me yet whether I'll let you take them. Darn Autobots.
I know I won't be able to make it. What are you talking about? You're gonna be okay.
till all are dumb?
He just turns blue 1 second after dying? Man, these bee-holes suck.
Darn the Decepticons.
They must think we're all a bunch of stupid airheads.
That's it.
And why wasn't Bumblebee in this episode? Oh yeah, he got turned into Goldbug. But then again, there was that time I swear I saw the two of them together.
Why have we never seen person?
This is one of those moments that's kinda extra funny when you really think about how pointless it was. While the Combiners do kind of frequent the backgrounds of a lot of battles in Headmasters, this is one of the few scenes that actually features Bruticus, and one of the times Predaking actually gets to do something slightly better than punching air.
In the Atlantic, something is about to happen.
First, Predaking and Bruticus go swimming and throw a cruise ship. This is also one of the first things to happen in part 1 of the finale of the series, by the way. There's no one really important on that ship that we know of either. They just threw it for fun, I guess. I really love too how Bruticus isn't there to help or anything. The Combaticons just came along to watch. I guess the Predacons told them they were going to throw a boat, and they were like, oh man, we gotta see this. It'll be hilarious. It was. Oh, I love that stupid little laugh about it too. Man, did they ever accomplish nothing. I kinda saved one name change for later because it's the best of the worst. One thing Headmasters tried to do was actually give a good battle between Soundwave and Blaster. One that didn't involve Soundwave running a nightclub.
We'll find out who's gonna win.
Just give me your best shot.
And boy, did they ever deliver. Wow. Look at them, standing perfectly still, shooting at each other, until they break each other's cassette doors, and then they just brutally blow the shit up.
Darn that Soundwave.
Darn that Soundwave.
I know how you feel, Galvatron.
Fans, I know you feel bad about this video, so...
You okay? Not really. Find the power pack.
Touching. I should have known some of his last words would be power pack.
This head robot, I'll leave this to you. Alright, Chief.
You were only their leader for a few years. No need to learn any of their names.
Billy, I promise you, I'll get those dirty scum for you.
Billy!
Using Blaster's corpse to play music at his own funeral is kinda messed up there, Wheelie. So there's a big funeral for both Transformers, and the cassettes on both sides are all sad, and they stay dead for a whopping 1 episode before they return as repaints! Well, to be fair, there was some minor retooling as well, because they can now hold 2 tapes at once!
Galvatron has reused
I love Darkwave.
Soundwave parts, along with some other new parts, and has reconstructed another Soundwave, and renamed him New Soundwave.
That new Megatron is a genius. Catch the wave! New Soundwave! He goes over better than New Coke.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, indeed, Soundwave.
It's been a while. Maybe Tom was definitely
Man, that new Soundwave is so cool. He even gets a little throne room where he gives motivational speeches to his cassettes.
You're both very good scouts, and with you here, we'll be a stronger team than they are, you know.
Thank you, sir. We'll do our very best for you.
But the commander is fighting the Autobots.
Expected Soundwave's cassettes to sound more Russian. So in this episode, there's a strange meteor thing flying around, and it's up to new Soundwave to figure out what it is.
Hey, Soundwave. Looks like you found nothing, right?
That's new Soundwave to you, consultant. Shot down you!
Who are you? Do you know who I am? I'm Six-Shot, the Ninja Consultant. Now you know who I am. Look out!
Six-Shot might have been the hero of the series, but he's just not the hero we need right now. So let's drink in the marvel of new Soundwave, man.
Who are you? What do you want?
Are you a human being?
That's a very strange inquiry for a UFO, new Soundwave, especially coming from an alien transforming robot. Well, new Soundwave might not be quite the genius at work regular Soundwave was, but after wondering if that UFO was a human being, it's time for some new style action.
No! Oh, that hurts! Oh my goodness!
That fell flat on his face. Guess no one wanted to catch the wave. While I gave Six Shot credit for being the most interesting new character in Headmasters, he was still responsible for a pretty horrible act.
The death of Ultra Magnus!
No!
Wow, one.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's fucking go, yo.
While I gave Six Shot credit for being the most interesting new character in Headmasters, he was still responsible for a pretty horrible act.
The death of Ultra Magnus!
No! Well, yeah, that was kind of his fault, but even worse than that, he befriended Daniel! Yeah, stupid Donny boy had to get his stink on absolutely everything in Headmasters, so he is the first to become buddies with Six Shot when he decides the Decepticons kinda suck now that they're led by the giant yellow head.
What about Six Shot? Never mind him. I've always wanted to get rid of him anyway.
Six Shot even gives Danny some wonderful survival skill advice, like eat all the lovely bricks your mother made for you.
Eat him up quickly.
I don't feel like eating.
You have to eat, you know.
Yeah, don't ration things out. Cram all that food into you immediately. That's some good survival skills. Guess you're lucky you're a robot, Six Shot.
Uncle Six.
Yes, but remember, this is a Decepticon talking, and if you know anything about Decepticons, they don't really plan ahead. You're like Willie Armstrong, they just want to use it instantly, while the Autobots will reserve it, so you gotta remember, they are different, they come from different philosophies of war. You know, Decepticons are use it instantly, the Autobots will ration it, you know? Like, at the end of the day, the main known this universe, but in the main universe, they do have different philosophies about war.
Shot, you're completely different from what you were before, you know?
Uncle Six Shot? Really, Daniel? Really? Remember when Daniel ended up getting that giant Autobot library destroyed just trying to find out Ultra Magnus's birthday? Guess that was more about Daniel looking good than it was Ultra Magnus, because he now calls the bot who murdered him Uncle.
Uncle Six Shot is going back to the Decepticons.
Well, that's a great way to ruin a character. You're the worst, Daniel. You're the worst. Too bad your dad Sparkle never taught you anything about how to not be an annoying tag-along.
With Adobe Express, creating everything we need to share a home fragrance business is easy. Now, every day can be a little more special for people around the world.
This space battle made video game history. Thousands of players flying player-built ships, each...
Well, this one's a quickie! Unfortunately for Fortress Maximus, I suppose.
What's happened to the headmasters? Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Fortress Maximus has come himself. And I don't know why Scorponok knows that, or takes such joy out of it. Guess he is giving himself head! As in he's a head sitting on a desk inside himself. Don't be gross, guys.
Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Huh, yeah, never mind. This is also partly why Fortress Maximus is a crap leader. Cerebrus's transformation is completely useless for anything besides being Fortress Maximus's head, so he never goes anywhere. He just sits around and,
Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Yeah, and we'll all come ourselves next time for the top 10 funniest headmasters moments. Maybe.
I'm gonna watch it because it's very honestly. This was I'm gonna be watching.
Headmasters is such a silly show. I know watching it with the horrible English dub only intensifies that fact, but really, a lot of the events on this show are really strange. Sometimes even for Transformers.
There must be more to it than meets the eye.
He said it! Tell me if this one sounds familiar. Megatron/Galvatron is thought to be dead, so a Decepticon who's been plotting to take over for a while finally seizes his chance and throws a little coronation ceremony for himself.
My dear fellow Decepticons, the celebration in honor of our new leader Scorponok will begin.
Though this coronation lacks all the style Starscream's head.
What a lame coronation! No crown, no cape, Scorponok's fashion sense has fallen! I, Starscream, am once again leader of the Decepticons!
Starscream has come himself!
Ew!
From now on, I, Scorponok, am the new commander of all Decepticons.
Though this time, Galvatron's a little late on crashing this particular party.
Don't panic, everybody. I'll inaugurate this ceremony with blood. The Autobots' blood!
Do Autobots have blood?
The Autobots will come themselves.
Michael Bay universe, yes.
Oh, that's what you always say.
But then this coronation gets super interrupted by that UFO that might be a human being.
What's going on? What's happening?
That's right. It's Close Encounters of Galvatron 6-shot. Oh, sorry. I was just dropping him off first. Wait for it. Oh yeah! Now that's how you make an entrance.
Did I scare you?
Yes, you did actually! I was worried we're gonna have to put up with stupid Scorponok leading the Decepticons for more of this series than I was prepared for. I'd love to know where Galvatron got this magic UFO ship that just blows everyone away. Seems like something you should keep around if it's that good. So he doesn't.
Retreat! Retreat! Let them go! They won't get away!
Well, they will if you let them go. It's kind of what letting them go does.
So when I wasn't here, you fools could achieve nothing! Nothing!
I'm upset, but I sure am happy about it. Oh, and a nice little bonus about this UFO ending up being Galvatron is stupid Danny is trying to make first contact with it by playing his craptastic little keyboard.
Hey, are you sure you can summon that alien?
Aliens communicate with music!
But then he throws a little bitch fit once he finds out who it was.
I hate it! I hate UFOs! I hate it!
Danny!
Ha! 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 Good! Good!
I can see the twin planets now. So can I!
Yep!
We have to look closely at the situation. Enlarge the twin planets.
Wow, it's like heaven and hell together.
What? Two planets together are like that? All I'm seeing here is planet Ballsack. Seriously, look at this. And we'll stop Scorponok right here to make it worse.
Why do we have to wait like this?
Are you confident that we will win?
Well, glad Chrome Dome is fighting with the team, even though their bond apparently became stronger than ever, according to the end of the previous episode.
The rift between Fortress Maximus and Chrome Dome has been patched up, and a new bond has been forged between them, which has made the team stronger than ever before.
I told you if we don't destroy them, they'll always attack another planet.
They only want the power packs.
Just stop arguing, you two.
Now, while the headmasters being lame characters is amusing and all, let's get to the main point here, which is all about the headmasters being lame characters.
The three headmasters switched their heads, and they combined their hearts and souls to fight the enemy. This enabled each one's power to increase threefold.
So, if they are that much stronger wearing the wrong heads, why not always wear the wrong heads then? Though I still don't understand why having a different head would affect the body, unless one of them knew how to use the transformation and powers with that body better.
Guys, I'm sorry. Little part was fixed. Oh, shishwism.
Wear the wrong heads then. Though I still don't understand why having a different head would affect the body, unless one of them knew how to use the transformation and powers with that body better, which again should just mean they ought to be making a trade. At the end of this episode, they're all being restrained, but instead of using their heads, literally, as in their heads robot forms, which is one of the few times where having that ability would have been particularly useful, they just swap heads again.
Hold on, you ready?
I'm ready, switch!
Now get out of my way! Switch heads!
Okay, switch!
Switch! Okay, hardhead! Okay,
Stay on it!
Okay, next! Highbrow, go!
Shut up, go!
Stupid.
Why did that help there? Who cares? After having that ability as restrained, but in robot forms, which is one of the few times where having that ability would have been particularly useful, they just swap heads again.
Condom, you ready?
Hey! I'm ready! Ready, go!
Now get out of my way!
Hey!
Switch heads!
Okay, switch! Switch!
Okay, hardhead!
Okay, hardhead, go!
Okay, next! Go!
I wish we could do that. Stupid.
Why did that help there? Who cares? It saves the day, and now the head help there. Who cares? It saves the day, and now the headmasters can chew down on Planet Ballsack's Energon cubes. Ew. Why does Ballsack have Energon cubes anyway? Not every being in the universe eats power packs, headmasters. Chrome Dome has to kill his old boxing buddy. Why is this a plot?
Auntie Sapo, it's me, Chrome!
Yeah. Just gotta take a second to go and get ready. Yes. Hey. Hey guys, how you been? Oh, pardon me.
Dome! Remember me? Hey, wait!
You'd think Chrome Dome would be used to that reaction by now.
Sapo, we're friends, right? Right? Come on.
Wow, you've sunk low when even Daniel and Wheelie are looking down on you.
I must leave.
Floppo or whoever doesn't really like Chrome Dome though in his regular form, but when he transforms into head mode, it looks like Chrome Dome is going to teach Zoppo what being a headmaster is all about.
Hey, yo.
You! Why'd I write that?
Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Damn it! And seriously, Chrome Dome used to be Zoppo's manager when he was one of the Rock'em Sock'em robots. But now Zoppo must die, because the Decepticons caught him, wiped his mind, and Uncle Six-Shot put a bomb in him.
No, you can't! Hold it! Zoppo's Chrome Dome's best friend! If you're gonna kill him, I'd rather do it!
Wow, I assume Zoppo's boxing record went a little something like Glass Joe's considering the power he's showing here. He had to shoot a stupid friend! I love it!
Chrome Dome, forgive me, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, we failed again. Okay.
The final demise of the King of Destruction.
You gotta love Japan's spoil the plot titles sometimes. Which, by the way, is even more blatant in the actual Japanese title, which comes out to The Emperor of Destruction vanishes on an iceberg.
Meanwhile, at the Autobots headquarters...
This is the first thing that's happened in the episode. How is it meanwhile? Like, this was happening while the intro and title card were playing?
Very good!
At least Galvatron's in a good mood for getting stuck on an iceberg. And of course, the headmasters couldn't have taken out Galvatron on an iceberg without this super useful information from the worst spy ever, Counterpunch.
Hey, Galvatron's weak point is his head!
We never would have thought to attack his head. We just thought heads were our weakness.
Headmasters, head formation!
That's when the headmasters use their solar-powered Super Friends circle to shoot Care-Head stare beams at Galvatron and bury him in the ice.
What the devil's happened?
What the devil indeed, Galvatron! The headmasters are clearly only able to pull off this barium in ice via the power of friendship plan by knowing that Galvatron's weak point is his head. And, yeah, this is seriously the end of Galvatron. He was on a planet that exploded earlier in the series, but having ice dumped on him, that's what finishes him.
The four headmasters won. The evil Galvatron is now dead.
I get the feeling they meant to do something more with Galvatron after this, but either changed their minds or forgot. I sure hope so anyway, because that was weak. So, while this is the end of Galvatron forever, he did eventually get out of this ice in a G1 continuation manga. However, he was resurrected as Super Megatron, so that he could fight the also recently resurrected, once again, Optimus Prime. Resurrected Prime? Wait a second.
Does Prime die?
Optimus Prime died. And he's fucking not coming.
Listen to your heart.
Coming back.
Listen to me.
Did somebody say just eat?
The name of this episode is Birth of Double Convoy. It's a giant lie. But hey, I suppose that's better than Optimus Prime dies again! After Prime died in the movie, people weren't too happy, so in Season 3, Prime got resurrected as a barely alive zombie who only partially had control of himself and sacrificed himself once again to save the people he loved. But no one was too happy about that again, so changes were made and Optimus Prime was brought back to life once again, and this time with feeling for the finale of Season 3. movie. So, of course, we now have Optimus Prime leading the Autobots in the Headmasters series, where he's even gained a new title.
Captain Optimus Prime.
For 3 episodes, then it's till all or one all over again. It's so ridiculous at this point, it's hard to even be mad. Though when the show forces you to watch lazy Fortress Maximus lead by sitting around inside himself until it's time to pull out the reused footage sword, they found a way to get you angry about it. Part of the plot going on when this happens is Optimus Prime running through Cybertron to get to Vector Sigma. He spends the majority of episode 2 and 3 getting there. Yet somehow Cyclonus and Scourge got there first. Also, Alpha Trion's ghost might be Wonder Woman. Oh yeah, he's there too because Headmasters. Then, in a rare occurrence of doing something, Cerebrus, aka Fortress Maximus's head, shows up too because even he got there quicker than Prime. Oh, yeah, and then Hot Rod and the gang just show up too. Optimus Prime is really slow.
I guess we should retire and let the young people do it.
Yes, please do. Ugh, this darn series doesn't even play You've Got the Touch. You've got the touch, Chief! You've got the power! Cybertron!
Optimus Prime! Optimus Prime!
Something strange has happened. Now there are 2 Optimus Prime.
No, there is not.
You know, I'm not mad that I gave him a Matrix. I'm just mad they call him Optimus Prime. Like, you know you can... It's like, Nightwing can wear a batsuit, but you don't have to call him Batman. You can have the Matrix, but you don't have to call him Optimus Prime. Or Sam can have a shield, but you don't have to call him Captain America.
Optimus Prime!
Yeah, James! 5 minutes. Hey, guys.
Something strange has happened. Now there are 2 Optimus Prime.
No, there's not. There's 1 Optimus Prime and 1, I forgot his name.
No, there is not. This is so strange, isn't it? We've never seen Rodimus and Optimus together before, besides those other times, whatever.
Commander! Optimus Prime, you've got to live up to my expectations. Don't let me down.
You know, like the first time you led the Autobots.
And, glory unto Optimus Prime in the highest, I guess. But I kind of expected better things from Prime's second coming. Or I guess this was his third coming. He'll get it down with his fourth coming. What a mess.
Finally,
I can't hold him anymore!
Help me, really, please!
You killers! Let me teach you a lesson!
Stupid.
Yeah, that's a good sum up of that scene.
That sounds like the planet Tetris. Planet Tetris? The Decepticons might attack it. Tetris is very far out.
Actually, the Decepticons' attack on Tetris is a lot funnier than that.
Stop it! You darn Autobots. You cold-blooded murderers. They're prisoners serving life sentence. So what? Even though they're prisoners, you shouldn't do this to them.
Amazing! Amazing! Oh, Tetris.
After rescuing these 3 prisoners, Chrome Dome asked them some questions, but they refused to answer.
Was it you who sent out the SOS signal? No, the guy who sent it is an engineer called Tegrala.
horrible criminals might disobey the narrator, but they're not all bad. They do hold a knife up to Danny's throat, so that's nice.
Those people are murderers. They'll pay for this.
It's nice Headmasters did a comedy episode like this. Meanwhile, Galvatron teams up with the stupid Greek Tetris planet losers for energy and gets drunk with them. How out of character is that?
Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly-ass disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal crew.
Ah, yeah. I suppose that was actually spot on. Apologies, Headmasters. But don't worry, whenever things seem like they're making too much sense, Headmasters will always fix that, so the Autobots meet with a dog with a mustache who knows Scorponok's weakness. It's gonna be the head again, isn't it? Which is even more obvious in a Headmaster's case.
So what do you know about Scorponok's secret?
Well, he has a weak spot. I wouldn't let him tell you that secret that easily. Darn you! I'll send you to hell!
Harsh!
Mr. Tegra!
Fortress Maximus then jettisons Tegrala's body into space.
Just like he never wanted.
You bunch of mooncalves!
Galvatron makes a lot of good points in this series.
Lord Galvatron.
Go on, guys. Let's finish this.
Excuse me, Lord Galvatron. I believe this is the time to retreat.
What's the matter with you, you fool? My forces will never retreat!
I'm sorry, sir.
Man, Scorponok was so cool in the shadows. In the episode before this one, Galvatron had this hilarious fantasy about having a sword where he delivered a bunch of silly one-liners. And strangely enough, we learn in this episode that Rodimus has the exact same fantasy. Probably hopes that happens so he can be out of a job.
Bye, guys. Yeah, I think we should have got Mr. Negative and Len got,
Job knowing him.
It's Sigma Computer! I found it! Okay! See, this thing's gonna blow up! Stop it!
The planet will explode in less than 15 minutes, sir.
This place will blow up in 15 minutes? Ha 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 ha! What the devil are you talking about, Scorponok?
I'm Galvadon! I laugh at everything that angers me!
Planet time bombs? Who told her to do that? You idiot! I'm going to disconnect it! Hang on, sir! It's too late! Shut up! It's all your fault, you stupid idiot! Look what you've done now! Please, be careful, sir.
It's a complicated relationship between those two. How backwards does this feel, though? Cybertron is gonna blow up, and it's Galvatron who's the one running off to try and save it. And once again, someone gets to Vector Sigma a lot quicker than Floptimus Prime!
Galvatron, are you busy? I just wanted to know what you've been up to lately.
You stupid idiot! Oh. Stupid idiot! Oh no!
They really just blew up Cybertron! Wow. I mean, you could blow up Cybertron if there's a big enough story and whatnot, but the way Headmasters does this, it feels like such a throwaway thing. And again, it was only Galvatron who was the one who was trying to save the planet.
Prenamel Active Shield does help protect against erosion and cavities. I would definitely recommend it.
Relationship with those two.
I just went up the hill to visit my parents' grave with some flowers. What a good boy you are. Stop it, it's tickling. You little devil. Oh, come on, don't get your clothes dirty. It's okay. Hugo's the strongest donkey in the whole village, isn't he?
Why? And especially, why is this in Transformers? Oh, and if you thought this donkey is just from a throwaway scene, well, nope, this donkey is super important to the plot of the episode it appears in.
Everybody thought that the danger was all over, but the evil Decepticons will never stop.
Not until they've caught all of the donkeys. Clearly one of their greatest victories.
I'm running out of patience. Hurry up or he dies!
Did someone forget to tell Chrome Dome he's a robot? Again?
Other donkey to the rescue!
Transformers are useless against donkeys. They are more powerful than giant alien robots.
It's all thanks to the donkey. He saved us.
That donkey showed great courage.
Incredible.
And that makes Chromedome think that Earth is too good a place. It mustn't fall into the hands of the Decepticons.
Yeah, screw the Earth, unless there's donkeys. Now stay away from the donkeys, you little brat.
Fortress Maximus is
having sex.
coming so.
I know Rodimus made some wonky decisions back in Season 3, but he took it to a new level in Headmasters. After the destruction of Cybertron, Rodimus decides to just take off.
Please come back to Sydney with us.
No thanks. I think I'm gonna travel a bit for a while. I think the time for Transformers like us has passed. What will happen next is a new generation of Transformers.
This guy just left his whole kind.
Cybertron, Rodimus decides to just take off.
Please come back to Sydney with us.
No thanks. I think I'm gonna travel a bit for a while. I think the time for Transformers like us has passed. What will happen next is a new generation of Transformers.
Well, you were back in command of the Autobots for about 7 episodes. Guess that's long enough. This just really goes back to the whole Hot Rod is better than Rodimus thing. When he was Hot Rod in the first 3 episodes of Headmasters, he was super active. Hot Rod was doing a bunch of cool shit and even blocked the Predacons from turning into Predaking. But then, once he got that Matrix again, he just stood around doing nothing until he took it to the next level of being a bad leader here.
Our hope blew up? Well, you guys are on your own.
From now on, you'll be the new commander, Fortress Maximus.
You're not getting the Matrix, though, especially because if I gave that away and turned back into Hot Rod, then probably actually want to do something rather than just take a permanent vacation.
He did get to return, though, as a micro-changer with Star Convoy.
Commander, can I come with you?
Me too, Commander.
And me too.
Wait, Ossie, I'm afraid you have to stay here. The 3 of us will do this trip.
Commander.
No girls allowed, the loser brigade. Now we're off to do nothing.
Just know that somewhere Sandstorm is laughing.
Well, no need to get all mushy. Cybertron's a better place anyway.
Not anymore, it's not. Now, without a doubt, the funniest part of all of Headmasters is this.
This is Unicorn. The Earth will soon be a part of me.
What's at the side?
I understand nothing about this. Even in Japanese, where he's not calling himself Unicorn, Galvatron is still saying he's going to make Earth a part of him, which apparently is going to turn Galvatron into a stupid, fat-looking unicorn with a small head and little arms and legs, and called Unicorn, because he's original.
This is Unicorn.
This It leaves Six Shot speechless. What an amazing moment.
You see, the weakest part of my body is my head.
Well, I'd say you're making it an even worse weak point with that design. You remember Unicron at all, Galvatron? He didn't just fly around as a ball with his head sticking out.
But before I can fulfill my ambitions, I need a lot of transforming parts.
None that will make my head, arms, and legs proportionate to my big round body, though. That'd be silly.
I must have the best parts, and that's from the best warriors.
Of course, my lord.
Now, besides myself, I consider you to be the next best warrior, Six Shot. Your parts are some of the best in the galaxy. Well, of course, there are many others who would sacrifice themselves to serve me, but you're my first choice, Six Shot.
Oh, weird. I don't think Six Shot is particularly fond of the idea of being turned into parts so Galvatron can eat the Earth and float around like a moron. I know Galvatron was always kind of nuts after the movie, but there's how he acted in Season 3, and then there's the Unicorn plan.
This is Unicorn. The Earth will soon be a part of me.
And now I am Unicorn! The Earth is now a part of me, and my will...
This is Unicorn.
New Mother Light. Now with vitamins.
Our experts free you from unreliable broadband. You switch. We put you first.
Be a part of me.
And you pair it with making it for you all with it transformed though.
Oh Lord, your parts themselves
being turned into Galvatron was always kinda nuts after the and now I am Unicorn! The Earth is now a part of me, and my weak point is my head. Darn you, headmasters! After Season 3 of the Transformers, Japan, instead of bringing over the really short English Season 4, started making their own episodes, the first series of which featured those dummies whose heads can transform into little robots as well, the Headmasters. At each other until they break each other's cassette doors and then they just brutally blow the shit up.
Darn that sound wave.
I know how you feel, Galvatron.
Billy, you okay? Not really. Find the...
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. And remember, guys, roll out.